Rain hammered the cracked sidewalk as Marcus Hill sat beneath a torn blue tarp behind an abandoned warehouse on the outskirts of Phoenix. His home was nothing more than wooden pallets, scraps of metal, and a barrel he used as a stove. People passed by him every day without so much as a glance. He used to be Staff Sergeant Marcus Hill of the U.S. Army, 10 years of service. 2 deployments, medals he no longer kept. Now he was that homeless vet by the tracks. Life had taken everything, his wife to illness, his home to debt, and his peace to memories he couldn't erase. That afternoon, he warmed a can of chili over a small flame. It wasn't much, but it was dinner. As he stirred it, a shadow suddenly loomed over him, large, heavy, unfamiliar. Marcus tensed instinctively. A huge man stood there, leather jacket soaked from the rain, beard dripping water, skull rings wrapped around thick fingers. The unmistakable patch on his back read, Hell's Angles. Marcus swallowed hard. He'd seen bikers before, but never this close. They usually avoided the homeless camps or caused trouble, but this man didn't speak. He just stood there, shivering slightly, eyes distant and unfocused. Something was wrong. You all right? Marcus asked carefully. The biker cleared his throat. Missed my ride, waiting for my brothers. His stomach growled loudly, betraying him. Marcus looked down at his small pot of chili. He had enough for one person bear, but something in the biker's eyes reminded him of soldiers he once led, men who hid pain behind toughness. You hungry? Marcus asked odd. The biker blinked, shocked. Man, that's your meal. I can't take. Marcus pushed the pot toward him. Sit, eat. Nobody should stand in the rain. Slowly, cautiously, the biker sat on a crate. Marcus handed him his only spoon. The biker hesitated, then ate slow, grateful bites. Like every taste mattered. You got a name? Marcus asked. Ryder, the man said. And you? Marcus A. Ryder nodded respectfully. Marine Corps, Afghanistan. The two men sat silently for a few minutes, the sound of rain filling the gaps between them. Eventually, Ryder wiped his mouth and handed back the spoon. That was the best meal I've had in a year, he said. Marcus smiled softly. Just chili. No, Ryder said firmly. It was kindness. Hard to find nowadays. Moments later, the roar of engines echoed from the street. A convoy of motorcycles approached, big, loud, shining despite the rain. The Hells Angels pulled up 30 strong. One of them shouted, Ryder, you good, brother? Ryder stood. Yeah, I'm good. Before leaving, he looked down at Marcus. You'll see me again. Marcus nodded, thinking he probably wouldn't. He was wrong. The next morning, Marcus woke to a strange rumble. Not thunder, not trains. Something else. Motorcycles. Dozens. He crawled out of his tarp shelter and froze. 50 Hells Angels were circling the lot. Ryder was at the front, staring at Marcus with a grin. Brothers, Ryder shouted. This man shared the little he had with me. Today, we return the respect. The bikers roared in agreement. Marcus stepped back, overwhelmed. Wait, what's going on? Ryder placed a heavy hand on his shoulder. We're rebuilding your home properly. Before Marcus could protest, bikers jumped into action. Trucks arrived with lumber, insulation, a generator, a portable heater, and even a water tank. Marcus's voice trembled. Why? Why do this for me? A large biker with tattoos up his neck answered, because real men don't ignore a soldier left in the cold. Another added, Ryder said you treated him like a human being. World needs more of that. Marcus felt his throat tighten. For the next 6 hours, the abandoned lot turned into a construction zone. The sound of drills, saws, and laughter filled the air. Marcus tried to help, but the bikers pushed him gently aside. Relax, Sarge, one joked. We got this. By afternoon, the shack was unrecognizable. They built him a solid wooden cabin, small, but sturdy, with a lockable door. A real bed, shelves, a solar panel for lights, and a heater. They even added a small American flag above the entrance. Ryder walked Marcus inside. Hope it's enough. Marcus covered his mouth, tears spilling freely. I don't know what to say. Ryder shrugged. Say thank you by eating with us. Outside, the bikers set up grills and coolers like a spontaneous feast. They handed Marcus a plate stacked with burgers, ribs, and cornbread. Marcus laughed, a sound he hadn't heard from himself in years. He ate with the men, sharing stories, listening to theirs. They didn't treat him like a burden, or a broken veteran, or a nameless homeless man. They treated him like a brother. When the sun began to set, Ryder pulled Marcus aside. Do you ever think about getting help? VA programs, housing. Marcus sighed. Tried, got lost in paperwork. Ryder nodded knowingly. Then let us take you to someone who won't shove forms in your face. Over the next few weeks, the Hells Angels kept their word. They drove Marcus to appointments, helped him get new ID papers, walked him through veteran benefits, and got him into trauma counseling. Slowly, Marcus's life shifted. He got new boots, new clothes, a job at a local auto shop one of the bikers owned. Every day, he grew stronger. One evening, 3 months after the rebuild, Ryder visited Marcus's cabin. He handed Marcus a small, worn patch, the same Skull and Wings emblem the bikers wore. Marcus stared at it, stunned. I can't accept this. I'm not a biker. Ryder smiled. You don't need to be. This isn't a membership patch. It's a respect patch, given only to people who show loyalty, kindness, and honor when they owe nothing. You fed a stranger with your last meal. That makes you family. Marcus looked at the patch for a long moment, then hugged Ryder, gripping him tight. Life hadn't given Marcus a home, but compassion had given him a family. The moral of the story: one act of kindness can rebuild more than a shelter. It can rebuild a life. What you give when you have little reveals who you truly are. And sometimes, the world gives back in ways you never imagined.